I don't need this trade up. No, I don't. I already know just what I want. Did I hear you right? Did you tell me Tyler Booker made it past 23? Well, I know the fans might want a running back or a Mecca Egbuka at 25, but our night out in the draft ain't gonna last too long. All I can think about is getting Tyler Booker on the phone. Don't no. It's draft day. Thank you for staying through the performance there. Shout out to Chris Young getting you home. A little parody of that for Nick Caserio as the 2025 NFL Draft is here. It is today, 6:45 is when the S&L live stream gets going. Myself, Landry Locker from the locker room, we will have you live for round one, live for round two, live for round three, and then come out and see us at Karbach Biergarten on Saturday for rounds 4, 5, 6, and 7. The big screen will be set up. We will be out there hanging out with you. Certainly appreciate all of the fantastic support that you guys have had with the channel, the S&L channel, throughout the course of draft season. We will get to a mock draft where we're sticking and picking. No trade up, no move up. I am not in favor of the move up, as you saw on the video earlier this morning. No move up for me for the Houston Texans, even a little slight one. We're sticking, picking at 25. We'll do that mock draft. We'll talk about some other stuff as the draft is here. It is today. Certainly appreciate everybody jumping in. Get to that mock draft, get it fired up here in just a second. Let's go H-Town. Good to see you. Big balls. Appreciate you. Juan Flores. Draft day is here. Draft day, Panda. Yeah, we made it. Good to see you, Nick. Sumo's in. HDAV Traveler. Good to see you. Thanks for being a member for 1 month. Of course, memberships are open. You get access to the custom emojis as well as early access to some videos and some other great perks. Your membership is greatly appreciated. Your viewing experience does not change if you are not a member. And, of course, if you have a super chat, you can go to the front of the line like HDAV Traveler. Cody, is the NFL Draft tonight? It is tonight. We made it. The long wait. The draft starts in Mobile, Alabama with the Senior Bowl. It gets going officially tonight in Green Bay, Wisconsin, as the NFL will have the 2025 NFL Draft tonight. Thank you, everybody, for jumping in. Ashton, good to see you. Carlos, appreciate you. Would you prefer all-you-can-eat buffet every day or NFL Draft twice a year? I'll take the all-you-can-eat buffet every day. That's selfish of me, but one draft is more than enough for me, and it makes it even more special. So I'm not going to waste any time. Thank you for the comments. We'll get to some more of those as the video goes on. We're going to get to the mock draft simulator. We're going to get the Houston Texans a game changer here in this mock draft, but we are not trading up to do it, okay? We're not going to trade up to do it. We're sticking and picking at 25. I turned up the randomness a little bit on this mock draft simulator just because it feels like the NFL is getting kind of weird here as the draft approaches. Everybody kind of just gets a little antsy, a little nervous, okay? But let's see how the draft shakes out for the Houston Texans. Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, a surprise there, Mason Graham. The Abdul Carter slide benefits the Raiders. Armand Membu. Tyler Warren is slipping. There goes Kelvin Banks to the San Francisco Giants, a perfect spot for him. Finally, Tyler Warren comes off the board in a very weird spot for the Cardinals. Again, we just care about what's on the board for the Houston Texans, and here we are at 25. The Houston Texans have a couple of options here. They've got Emeka Egbuka, the wide receiver from The Ohio State University. Not a top-end wide receiver, but Mr. Reliable. You've got Matthew Golden available, a superstar at the end of the season for the Longhorns, but disappointing prior to that for Texas. You've got Gray Zabel, the interior offensive lineman from North Dakota State University. Josh Connerly is still available. As I continue to scroll down, you see two guards that have been very much associated with the Houston Texans, Donovan Jackson from Ohio State and Tyler Booker from Alabama. This is a sticking and picking draft, Okay. And based on what I believe the Houston Texans want, based on what I believe the Houston Texans value in a prospect, based on what the Houston Texans have been connected to and who this prospect is, I believe if on the board at 25, the Houston Texans will be sticking and picking Alabama guard Tyler Booker. I know the athletics are not great for him. I know that he is not the best athlete around at the guard spot. But if they just let him fight in a phone booth every snap out there, he's going to do just fine. He's one of the better pass blockers in all of college football last year for the Alabama Crimson Tide. At 25, if Booker is available, I believe he will be the pick. Don't pay attention to this rank, this average draft position. Daniel Jeremiah believes he's one of the 20 best players in this upcoming draft. Tyler Booker's the pick at 25. If he's there, that's who I'm picking at 25. Now we get a little bit of a wait here, and some teams get some impressive players. The Ravens ending up with Emeka Egbuka. You get the Bills. I saw them get a really fun player there. You start to see some of these other players that you've been familiar with kind of come off the board. Ideally, 58, you'd like a running back or a wide receiver that you really like. And I understand some people like Donovan Jackson a little bit more than they like Tyler Booker. I believe the Texans like Booker slightly more than Jackson. It would also not surprise me. Let me say this about Donovan Jackson. It would also not surprise me if Donovan Jackson is the selection over Booker, because if that's the case, they may believe he can play tackle long term. 58 on the clock. Let's see what the Texans have available. A couple of running backs. Oh, man, it's tough to say no to Quinshon Judkins, the running back from The Ohio State University. Let's take a look at the running backs. Let's take a look at the wide receivers and see if there's anybody that we feel like we could pass up and maybe still do better a little bit later on here in the draft. Man, I sure would like to see a running back here, but I also like some of these other running backs. The Texans don't have a fourth-round pick where it might make a lot more sense to draft one of those running backs. I don't love these wide receivers. Just looking at the wide receivers that are available, Eli Kyle-Manor, it's a developmental guy. Can't go right away. Then we know they don't like small school guys. Restrepo is a little high. We know he's not going to go this high. Jalen Noel, I just don't feel like he's going to – be a consistent number 2. I'm not trying to draft a number 3. I am trying to draft a guy that can be a bell cow after Joe Mixon, but can also help out Joe Mixon right now. Quinshon Judkins, come on down. You're the 58th overall pick, and the Houston Texans have themselves 2 important pieces to their offensive line. There goes my guy Tate Ratledge. So we're not going to be able to double up at guard with Ratledge in the SEC. There goes Jonah Savanaia. Not going to be able to double up with Big Jonah. There's some other guards, though, to keep in mind. And maybe some guys that could also play tackle for you as well. So, Texans back on the clock here at 79. And I'm telling you right now, Shamar Turner is the type of player DeMeco Ryans is going to have a hard time passing on. I know that all this, doesn't look good, and I know the sack numbers haven't been super impressive. Shamar Turner, you drop him in the middle of that defensive tackle situation for the Houston Texans. He kind of grows into it. They don't have a lot of guys under contract at defensive tackle long-term. So Turner's a guy that I would tell you should be under some consideration here. Marcus Bowe, maybe not as mean and tough and probably an interior guy, but if you wanted to double up on offensive line, Bowe is a player. Terrence Ferguson's a really nasty, I'm telling you, really nasty athlete at the tight end spot, but he could probably do something else. Now, here's a fun name. Here's an interesting player. How about Jared Wilson, 1-year starter at center for the Georgia Bulldogs, one of the best athletes amongst offensive linemen and one of the best centers in this draft, and he had some success there for the Bulldogs this year as the 1-year starter at center. I think Wilson's under consideration. Wyatt Milam is a player that I would think about as well if I was the Houston Texans. And then as I get a little bit deeper, I don't like these wide receivers. We might have put ourselves in a weird spot here with the wide receivers. May have to wait on wide receiver. May have to go a little bit later on wide receiver. I'm wondering just how much the Texans like a guy like Jared Wilson or like a guy like Dylan Fairchild, other offensive linemen on that Georgia offensive line. And I know folks are saying we have to get a wide receiver. I know, but there's not anybody to draft here. I don't believe D'Amico's getting shut out on the first 2 days. And this is a player, I'm telling you, I know it sounds weird. I know it would be, oh God, how many defensive linemen do they need? I've said that very thing myself. Okay. But right down the road, good coaching staff. You trust D'Amico Ryans to turn the guy into a big-time player. I'm getting him a defensive tackle. I'm getting him a defensive tackle in Shamar Turner, and we're going to see what's available for us at 89 and what the Texans can do with that other selection they have in the third round. So let's look at interior offensive linemen. Let's look at tackles, and let's look at wide receivers. This wide receiver situation is dire. The interior offensive line situation is clearly led by Jared Wilson. He's, to me, clearly the best guy on the board amongst interior offensive linemen. Now you're seeing tackle next to Wyatt Milam's name. Milam's probably going to play guard at the NFL level. So Milam's going to play guard. Our picks to this point, Tyler Booker, starting guard right away for the Texans at 25. Quinshon Judkins, he's a compliment to Joe Mixon now. He's the bell cow when Joe Mixon leaves. Quinshon Judkins at 58. Shamar Turner, Texas A&M, defensive tackle, interior defensive lineman. D'Amico Ryans takes him, molds him, turns him into a really, really impressive interior lineman. They're going to love him. Now we got to do something else here. I like Jared Wilson. I like getting a center. Maybe there's a chance Wilson could help you out at another position. It's worth noting. Juice Scruggs has been a disappointment at center. Jared Patterson, he's been fine. He hasn't been good enough that you'd say, don't take a center. Put Jared Wilson into the equation. He fits the profile. He's a big-time conference at a big-time school against big-time competition. Jared Wilson is my pick here. Now the long wait into the 5th round where some really good players are going to come off the board here. And while we wait, let's take a look at some of the comments here. Brandon's a big Holland Pierce guy. He's been one of the folks talking about it. Esco says the Texans are going to take Jackson now. Look, if they like Donovan Jackson more than they like Tyler Booker, I get it because there's a chance he could play tackle long-term for this team. He only played tackle for a handful of games for Ohio State, but he did well. And in fact, the way Dane Brugler wrote it up, it actually sounded like he felt that he played better at tackle than he did at guard. Panda's not a fan of the draft. BB says perfect scenario for him. Rhonda likes Jalen Knoll from Iowa State and Isaac Tesla from Arkansas. Man, I like Tesla a lot. Well, there goes some of the wide receivers I would have picked. Pat Bryant would have been a pick. Let's see what else everybody's going to say. David White. Damn it, Stoots is cooking on this one. All right. Appreciate you, David. Appreciate you. Zombie ate my bra. Good to see you in here. Sumo LR, would you like to see Ratledge and Wilson drafted good chemistry already out of college? Yeah, if you could get both those guys, like say you went Egbuka in the first round and you went Tate Ratledge in the second round, and then you went with Wilson in the third round, you could make that work. So, all right, Texans are back on the clock, 166 here. Right away, let's take a look at tight end. Right away, let's take a look at wide receiver. Oh, boy. Wide receiver got thin quick. Let me talk to you about Andrew Armstrong a little bit here. Armstrong is a fun prospect, athlete, pretty fast. He was a deep threat for the Razorbacks. You can see here, 1,000-yard receiver, 78 catches, just one touchdown, but the quarterback play was bad at Arkansas. I like Armstrong's athletic profile. He was, and then I just like Armstrong. But let's take another look around at some of these other positions and just kind of, but keep an eye here on Andrew Armstrong. Let me look up his combine. because I feel like I remember him just blowing the doors off the combine. All right, so he maybe wasn't as fast as he looked on tape, 4.51, but he's 6'4", he's 200 pounds. He's an outside receiver. Had a pretty decent vertical jump and broad jump, so the explosiveness is there, especially for his size. Second team all SEC. I like Andrew Armstrong. Let me see here if there's another wide receiver. Badger's an intriguing player, so is Dyke. Both of those guys should be around the next time the Texans are on the board. 2 7th-round picks, so we could snag another defensive. We could snag another wide receiver if we wanted. I don't love any of these guys. We're going with the hog. Let's get Andrew Armstrong in here. Now the long wait until the 7th round. So would love to get another wide receiver just to have a body in there, some competition, some additional competition. Would love to get a tight end as well. Feel like a lot of the tight ends I like are probably coming off the board before the Texans get back on there. But if a tight end has a very specific skill set, then we could go about getting that. So if you're just tuning in, well, there goes 2 of my favorite tight ends, Hawes and Fedoni. Tyler Booker was the first-round pick. Quinshon Judkins, the second-round pick. You're helping the offense out here. Shamar Turner gets DeMeco Ryans his defender for this draft. Jared Wilson, the center from Georgia. Andrew Armstrong, the 1,000-yard second-team All-SEC wide receiver from Arkansas. And 2 picks in the 7th round here for the Houston Texans as the draft machine rolls on. Okay, as it rolls on to the pick, I want to remind you, Saturday, Karbach Biergarten. Come on out, hang out with myself, Landry Locker, S&L will be there. Watch the day 3 of the draft with you. You don't want to miss out on that. The Texans back on the board right away. Let's check out what wide receiver is. Let's check out what running back is. Not running back, sorry. We want tight end. Let's just kind of maybe take a look and see if there's a tackle of note. Okay, right away, I like Conyers. It's an athletic guy. They could do a couple of different things with him. Jimmy Horn gets a lot of love as a late-round wide receiver. Dipree, I call him the Terminator. When I saw him at the Combine, let me tell you a C.J. Dipree story. I saw him at the Combine, and they interview, and then they do weightlifting like a couple of days later after the interview or the next day or something like that. They interview and they work out, or they interview and then they, whatever it is. But Dipree was going to do the bench press for his workout, and he's walking down the hallway, and I'm telling you, he looked just like the Terminator when the Terminator's glasses gets knocked off. Like he was just, I mean, laser focused, had the headphones on, and I was like, man, that's kind of a weird approach there from Dipree. I think if he's going to an interview or something. No, he's going to bench press. You know what he did? He went out there and he kicked ass in the bench press. I think he was tops amongst the tight ends in bench press, but let me check it just to make sure. Dipree's a fun player. I can tell you right now I'm probably taking Jimmy Horn Jr. here, but I do want to see what the tight end bench press was. Yeah, so Dipree had 32 bench press reps. Only 4 guys in the past 20 or so years at tight end have had more reps than him at bench press. So pretty good. Pretty good. He was tops this year. I like Dipree. Let's hang around. Let's get Jimmy Horn Jr. and then see if Dipree is here in the next one. And if not, we'll go with Luke Lachey from Iowa. All right, we got to get a player that has a very clear role on this team. Dipree can come in, help you with the blocking, gives you a little bit from a pass catching standpoint. Nobody, I mean, Mac McWilliams would be fun. He can play a little safety, little corner, little slot, special teams guy right away. But CJ Dipree is going to be my pick there, and we'll get you the full Texans result here in a moment. Folks maybe don't like the Tyler Booker pick, especially when Ikbuka was on the on the table, especially when Matthew Golden was on the table. I just feel strongly about the fact they're going to take Tyler Booker when they get on the clock tonight if he is available. The draft machine wanted us to take Mike Green. We get a D for Tyler Booker. We get a C- for Quinshon Judkins. That doesn't make any sense. Shamar Turner gets us a B-. Jared Wilson gets us an A-. And then you get some contributors or some hopeful contributors here at the bottom end of the offense. How do the folks like this one? Huh? You like it okay? I know people were maybe a little disappointed. Maybe maybe a trade back was something that people wanted to do. I tell you what. Do the folks want another mock draft? Do you want another mock draft? You want me to go to a different mock draft machine and get us a mock draft going and maybe do a little trade back action so we can really get everything that we want the Texans to get here in the mock draft? Is that what the people want? They want a trade back mock? This is not true. Booker is just a fat guy. First of all, not fat. Second of all, just because he's not a great athlete doesn't mean he's fat and out of shape. Go ask all those guys he mauled in the SEC if he's fat. Brandon wants more mock drafts. Flossie wants another one. Fisherman wants another one. It's draft day. Why not have another mock draft? Why not have some fun with the process? Okay, we'll do another mock draft. We will. We will. Right after I tell you about my friends over at The Perfect Gene. The Perfect Gene, my new friends here on the channel. I'm wearing my jeans from The Perfect Gene right now. Look how flexible and stretchy these jeans are. How many times do you use jeans? You have jeans on where you go to lift your knee up and you can't even lift your knee up and you rip the seats out when you try to get in your truck. That's happened to me before. It doesn't happen when I'm wearing The Perfect Gene. My new friends, my new sponsors here on the channel. The link at the top of the chat. The link at the top of the chat is going to get you 15% off your first purchase at The Perfect Gene. 30,000 5-star reviews. Okay? I'm giving them a 5-star review. Who cares about those 30,000 people? You don't know them. You know me. The Perfect Gene is perfect. It's perfect for me. You can find your perfect fit as well. Free shipping. Free shipping and free and easy returns and exchanges. You don't like them? Send them back. Send them back. You don't like exactly the fit? They will help you with the exchanges. It is so easy. Look at all the different things they've got for the people. They've got the athletic fit, the slim, thick fit, the slim fit, boot cut for you folks that wear a lot of boots. Man, I love The Perfect Gene. They are fantastic, and they will take care of you. I don't wear jeans. Basically, as soon as it stops getting cold, these are breathable. They're lightweight. They're flexible. They're comfortable. Usually I am get out of my work clothes as fast as possible guy. Not with The Perfect Gene. I can sit around, hang out in them. And, man, I just love The Perfect Gene. I know you'll love them as well. 15% off. Use the link at the top of the chat or the link in the description down below, and that will automatically apply. Look, you'll see it here at the top. You'll automatically apply that 15% right there. Look, this guy's doing a full marathon in the jeans. What a psycho. All right. Appreciate you for sticking through with The Perfect Gene. Okay. We're going to do another mock draft. The folks want another mock draft. We're going to do another mock draft. Ashton with the super chat. He says, another mock draft. Appreciate everything you do covering my team, man. Keep up the good work and keep killing it. Ashton, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for the kind words. Certainly appreciate it. David says, I got a beer belly. Are these jeans beer belly friendly? These jeans are big guy friendly. That's why I found them. Okay. And I bought these two pair of jeans that I have. I got this one. I got a blue pair. They're literally sitting right there. I bought these two pair of jeans. They didn't send them to me. I bought them with my own hard-earned money. And I said, if they fit, if they're comfortable, if they're everything they say they are, they're going to be worth it. They're worth every penny. You're going to get 15% off when you use that code at the top of the chat or the code in the description. And really just the link. You click the link, boom, it auto-populates for you. You get your 15% off. Again, free shipping, free returns. Thank you for staying through the advertisement. Let's get to another mock draft. Okay, let's find out. Let's see what I look like here if I do this. Okay, picture in picture. We're at the NFL mock draft database simulator. Okay. These are not skinny jeans. I got the athletic fit, okay? I needed the athletic fit. I'm a big fella, okay? I'm a big fella. All right, so we're going to try to get a trade back scenario. So we need this draft to get going, get started, and have this thing start flying up the board. Oh my gosh, this thing's moving really fast. I forgot how fast this one moves. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so we will. Oh, this is perfect. This is exactly what you're looking for in a trade back. This is like you're looking to start day 2. This is the ideal trade back scenario. It really is. Having the Houston Texans move back 7 spots here, 8 spots. Have them move back 8 spots, and now you rule day 2. You start day 2. If you're sitting at 33 and some team's got an itchy trigger finger, you can move back again and continue to add picks, get things in the future. Would I prefer maybe a future pick added on here? Sure, but getting a third round selection, getting into the 6th round, man, I sure like this trade. I can't imagine there's somebody here that we're feeling like they got to take instead of take this trade. And it's the trade back mock draft. So, okay, well, let's take a look just in case. Okay, here's what I would say. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 players you'd be okay with the Texans drafting at 25, certainly at 33. Connerly can help you with the offensive line. Donovan Jackson should be there. You're going to have a player available at 33. I like the trade back. Let's do it. Let's – what did somebody say? J-Rock, can we stop robbing Cleveland? No. If they're dumb enough to give us the picks, we'll take them. We'll take them. So accept this. The mock draft machine rolls on. And look, Tyler Booker, still available. Emeka Egbuka, still available. Donovan Jackson, still available at 38. Now, here's my question. If the Texans go with, say, Emeka Egbuka here, would you trade up for one of these offensive linemen? You got the extra draft capital. Man, getting Egbuka to start in the 2nd round sure would be fun, wouldn't it? I mean, a reliable wide receiver, a guy that a reliable wide receiver, a guy that can do all the stuff you need the wide receiver to do, play inside, play outside. He blocks really well. Man, Egbuka, Donovan Jackson would be fun too. Man, he fills maybe 2 needs for you here. Here's what I would say. I'm going to go Egbuka. And then I'm going to monitor the situation, see if we can go get Jackson as well. Say, if he gets to say, 40, he gets to 40, let's go up and get him. Okay, there's 38. Okay, there's 41. Chicago, they probably don't need a guard. They could maybe use a tackle. We got to get in front of maybe San Fran, maybe Dallas, and maybe Indy. I wonder if Chicago would trade the pick here. I mean, he might just fall to us at 58, though. What if we didn't have to trade that much? Anybody? I mean, let's let it roll out here again. Okay, a couple more picks off the board. Booker's still on the board too. That's crazy. San Fran, they've got a lot of picks. They probably won't trade up. Let's see what Dallas will do. Come on, get that off the book. Okay, here we go. San Fran has a lot of picks. I think it's very unrealistic for them to trade back. But Dallas, I would think maybe would be looking for some picks. Let's see if we can get a trade going here. With the Cows. Okay, so we got to give them 58. Let's see here. Could we send them that? That's pretty expensive. Could we steal an extra 5th rounder here? Slightly in our favor. Could we steal an extra 6th rounder here? Too much, not enough. Okay. What if we sent one of those 7th rounders? Both those 7th rounders? Nope. Okay. All right. Hold on now. This simulator is different. We'll take that one off then. Come on. All right, hold on. The trade machine's not working. Stop it. Okay, I get it here. All right, let's do this here. Get back Dallas, set back up here. All right, so we need that. We got to send them something. Could we send them 94 and also get 204? Sure. Let's do. Anybody against this? I don't think anybody be against this. You move back or you move up 14 spots. You lose that extra 3rd round pick that you got from Cleveland. But you still have, I mean, you're getting exactly what you want here. Oh, so we moved to the spot. Now the Bengals want to trade with us. See you later. Donovan Jackson. You get a guard that can start right away and then potentially a tackle long-term as well. You get 2 Ohio State players. You know CJ Stroud's happy. He's pumped. The Texans continue to roll on. Look at this. Still got 79 and 89 coming our way here. Got into the 5th round. So we can move up a little bit into the 4th round with those extra picks here if we wanted to. Got into the 6th round, I should say. All right. Got a wide receiver, got an offensive lineman, maybe got a future tackle here. Arroyo's a really fun pick. Arroyo's a fun pick. I don't love really any of these other players. I'm picking Arroyo. I mean, I don't love any of this. Nobody wants to trade up with our spot. We're getting a dynamic player here in Elijah Arroyo. Look at this. Look at this draft. What a start. Okay. I'd love to trade back about 20 spots. Nobody offered. I'd love to trade back about 20 spots. Scadaboo's a fun player. I just don't feel like D'Amico Ryans is getting shut out here. Got a future tackle, so don't need to go Belton. Jamari Caldwell, if he's hung around a little bit later, maybe. Got a tight end, so don't have to go Helm. I'll tell you what, I like Omar Norman a lot. This guy was a rotational player at Tennessee. He's a pass rush expert from the interior of the defensive line. I just don't feel like D'Amico Ryans getting shut out in the first 2 days. So I'm going with Omar Norman Lott from Tennessee, getting D'Amico Ryans, a pass rushing defensive tackle. Man, they take care of business on 1st and 2nd down. They run Omar Norman Lott's ass out there with Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson and Tim Settle. They're getting after the QB. Omar Norman Lott. We got pass catchers. We got the trenches. Boy, ain't this fun? We just need to grab a running back and maybe an extra wide receiver, and we could be on our way here. Wonder what the running back situation looks like. Hanging around. These running backs are hanging around. I'm going to wait on running back. What's the wide receiver situation look like? I'm going to wait on wide receiver. I'm kind of just letting the board fall to me here. And I did a great job. Do we want to move back 6 picks and pick up a 7th rounder? No thanks. Let's see here. Got 4 late picks. Let's see what's on the board at running back. Let's just go all here. Ollie Gordon, ETN, Jaden Blue. Is my guy Brashard Smith taken yet? Where do they have him? Okay, they don't have. I guess he got taken already. He go? No, where is he? SMU wide receiver. Am I missing him here? No, he's still available. Where is he? Can you search for a player, or you got to just go by? Where is the SMU wide receiver or a running back? Some of these guys are probably fake people. They didn't put him at wide receiver, did they? I'm looking for Brashard Smith. Did I miss him? What am I missing here? Do I keep scrolling past him and not know it? There's really not a search function for the players? Come on now. Yeah, no, I'm not seeing it. Let's move back a few spots. No, you know what? Screw you. All right, well, Brashard Smith's not here, so I'm taking Isaac Tesla. He's not there, so I'm going to take Tesla. $204. Hanging out. Okay. There's like here's what I would tell you. There's a 0% chance Jalen Reed is this late in the draft. Wrong. Kevin Winston is who I'm thinking of. Jalen Reed's a good player too, though. I got them confused. I got 2 wide receivers. Could use another. Well, there's my blocking tight end. There's my center. Could really use a running back. Forgive me. Texas Tech, please. Get my guy Taj Brooks, Texas Tech. You want production? Taj about as productive as anybody. Any DBs here? Mac McWilliams hanging around. I know they visited with Jalen Smith. This may be a guy. What about interior O-lineman? Anybody got any beef with Jake Majors? Jake Majors, center from Texas. Basically, nobody's played more center than him. Anybody got any beef with Jake Majors? They visited with Luke Newman. He looks like he's probably going to be an undrafted guy, though. Got any defensive linemen that D'Amico would like? Tim Smith from Alabama is intriguing. What about an edge player? Dawkins is kind of small, probably not really what the Texans are looking for in a depth edge. Two tight ends would be a little excessive, wouldn't it? I like Jackson Hawes. He's just a blocking tight end. Let's get Jake Majors. And we know they like Texas. We know they could use some depth at interior offensive lineman, even if Majors isn't initially a starter. Okay. I replaced Damian Pierce with the Taj Brooks pick. I'm going to replace Daria Gumbawale with Kyle Monagai if he's still there with the last selection. Let's get D'Amico a defender. I don't know a lot about Q Robinson. What do we know about Q Robinson? Let me do a little quick scouting report on him. Do a little, 7th round. You can do a lot worse. Dane Brugler says he should have been a 5th or 6th rounder. Edge. He's probably a little small to play edge. He's probably actually an outside linebacker, so not going to draft him. Ricky White's a productive wide receiver. He's just not a great athlete. Same with Nick Nash. Defensive tackle. Let's screw it. Let's take Tim Smith from Alabama. We're back on the board. Kyle Monagai replaces Daria Gumbawale because Monagai can do all of the third down running back stuff right away. Excellent blocker, doesn't fumble. Look at this. Look at this draft here. Look at this draft. Emeka Egbuka on the trade back. Donovan Jackson on the trade up. Elijah Arroyo sticking and picking. Omar Norman Lott sticking and picking. Isaac Tesla, Taj Brooks, Jake Majors, Tim Smith, and Kyle Monagai. Come on. Come on. This is a draft. This is better than the first one I did. This is a draft. Look at this. The Texans do this, party. Texans do this, we're throwing a party. Oh, just let me share it. I don't need all this extra brouhaha BS. Look at that. Good crew. Good crew. Good job by us. Good job, everybody. H-Town says, Chef Stoots. I cooked a little bit. Quite interesting as a Dante Thornton Jr. fan. Man, he can just run about 3 routes, but he is big, strong, and fast. He's a fun player, man. He's a really fun player. Yeah, what a couple of days that would be. You're right about that, J-Rock. Man, what a good draft that was. What a good draft that was. Okay. Little housekeeping notes here for you. 6:45, S&L Superstream DraftaMania. Ooh, yeah, DraftaMania. It's here, huh? DraftaMania. You can already go ahead and just bookmark the room. It's already available. You can go get ready for it. You can go ahead and go bookmark the room. All right, we got it set up already. 6:45 when that thing's going to get popping. I'll drop the link here in the chat for everybody. 6:45. Myself, Landry Locker from the locker room, live until the first round is over. The locker room will take you live right after that. I'll get to writing for Houston football, get you ready for round 2 with a stream after the first round, before the second round. It's going to be a lot of fun. 6:45 tonight. We got a lot of stuff that we're going to cover. We're really excited about it. And we're going to have a lot of fun on that draft. There's a lot of fun stuff that we have planned, so don't miss out on that 6:45. And then Saturday for rounds 4, 5, 6, and 7, starting at 11 a.m., we want to see you at Karbach Brewing Company. Come out, watch us in the beer garden. It's going to have the big screen up, the sound on. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. And we're going to have a lot of fun, talk about the first 3 rounds, the first 2 days, the off season. They got the pizza and pints right there. Tons of parking out there at Karbach. So you're going to have a fun time to come out. And if you miss it, we'll recap it here on the show. So you won't, it'll feel, I mean, you'll have missed it, but it won't feel too much like you missed it. We'll give you a big recap. We're really excited to see everybody out there. We got some great giveaways we're going to have. I got some Houston football stuff. I got stickers to give out in person. Everybody who asked for stickers should have gotten them in the mail or should be close to getting them in the mail. So be on the lookout for that. And I know I say this all the time, but thank you everybody for the support. Draft season is a lot of fun. And I know sometimes we get into the minutia, but that's what I love about it. I love talking about day 2 guys. I love talking about day 3 guys. I love talking about how a 4th rounder turns into a key contributor on your team. Like, the football team is not made up of 53 stars. The football team is made up of a few stars and about 48 guys who do their job. and do their job well. And I like thinking about those guys. I like finding those guys. I like talking about those guys. And a lot of you like listening and watching about that. And so I really appreciate it. And I know Landry appreciates it as well. Preston's coming out Saturday. I like that. I like that. Preston's coming out Saturday. Nick says, I live 2,000 miles away. You better start driving now then. You better start driving now. You're going to make it. Preston, man, appreciate you for the super chat. Thank you. We'll see you Saturday too. We got a way you can win some brews on Saturday as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And the draft stream tonight and tomorrow is going to be a lot of fun. And this whole draft process has been a lot of fun. And doing this is a lot of fun. And I hope my gratitude is never forgotten. I very much appreciate all of the support, from likes to comments to super chats to subscribers to the channel, to subscribers to S&L, to members on the channel, to members at Houston football. It's awesome. This is one of my favorite parts of the calendar, and I have a blast, doing it. Thanks to all of you. Oh, Cade, this is a good it's a good question. Is the bet still on to shave the stash if the Texans draft 2 clean-shaven prospects in the first couple picks? Yes. The shave bet is still on. Okay? The shave bet is still on. It is still on, and it's got to be clean shave. The first 2 picks have to be clean-shaven prospects. No facial hair. So no flavor saver, no mustache, no beard, no goatee, no, line from hairline to hairline. If there's 2 clean-shaven prospects as the first 2 picks, I'll shave my mustache. This is going to sound, this is crazy too here, but you're all here. You're all here. If they trade up for Tate Ratledge, if the Houston Texans trade up for Tate Ratledge, I'll grow a mullet for a few weeks. Tate Ratledge has an incredible head of hair. It probably looks way cooler on him than it will on me. But if Tate Ratledge gets drafted in a trade-up by the Texans, I'll grow a mullet out. I'm not going to say for how long. I'm not going to put any parameters on it. I'll go get the sides. My hair lady's going to despise me. I'll go get the sides taken off. I'll let the back grow out. I'll let the front kind of do what it do. But if they trade up for Tate Ratledge, I'll grow a mullet. So there you go. So 2 clean-shaven prospects, no mustache. Tate Ratledge trade up, mullet. 2 clean-shaven prospects and a Tate Ratledge trade up, I'm going to look real weird. So, HDAV Traveler, thank you again for the super chat. I'll be there on Saturday. Looking forward to meeting you, Cody, Landry, and everyone else who is there. Yeah, it's cool because you guys get to meet each other too. You guys get to, maybe have to introduce yourselves with your YouTube names sometimes, but it's going to be great to meet you. I know we've talked a little bit on Instagram and stuff like that. So it'll be great to meet you, HDAV Traveler. I'm glad you're going to be able to make it. I know you said maybe you weren't going to be able to make it, but hey, I appreciate you coming out, and we're gonna have a lot of fun on Saturday. So thank you, everybody. What's the bet for a Charlie Chaplin mustache? That ain't happening. That ain't happening. So, all right, 2 mock drafts in the books. S&L DraftaMania. Ooh, yeah, DraftaMania. It's here. DraftaMania, 6:45 on the S&L channel tonight. We will take you all the way up through the end of the first round. You're not going to find better draft coverage of the first round anywhere else. We're going to have you covered on all the Texans angles. We're going to have you covered on AFC South angles. We've got info on all these other teams, what they should do, info on the prospects. This is as deep as Landry's ever been in a draft before. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have a lot of fun. All right, thank you, everybody. Have a great afternoon. We'll see you this evening for the S&L Super Stream. DraftaMania is here. The NFL Draft is here. Can't wait. Can't wait to get going with round one. Check out my friends at The Perfect Gene. The link in the description down below, as well as the link at the top of the chat. It's going to get 15% off your first purchase. They got jeans for everybody, from athletic fit to boot cut, slim fit to slim thick fit. If you got a weird body type and you need the slim thick fit, hey, it's there for you. Free returns, free exchanges, no shipping charges. The Perfect Gene. It's not just a name, it's a motto. And I found my perfect jeans at The Perfect Gene. You can do the same. Check that link out, browse around, get you something good. That 15% auto applies. Preston says, with everything y'all talked about on y'all shows, I'm excited, but don't know where we are going to do. Don't know what we're going to do. Your guess is as good as mine. I got a hunch. If Booker's there at 25, they're sticking and picking Tyler Booker. Stranger things have happened, though, and you never can count out Nick Caserio getting a little antsy and throwing around some of that extra draft capital. Preston, thank you for the super chat. Thank you, everybody, for watching the mock drafts. We will see you tonight, 6:45. Don't miss it. S&L. Get it in here. Boom. We end the live stream the same way each and every time. This is my hope for you. This is my charge for you as well. I want you to eat good. I want you to sleep good. I want you to be good. And we will talk Texans again soon. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hip-hoppity, dip-doppity-doo.